pulling tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces turn stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey, good people. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. It's me, and it is Sonya. Hi. Oh, Lord, let's not do it where you can't hear. I can't hear you. Oh, my God. There we go to technical difficulty again. The old people problems. I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Old people problems, y'all. Of course. We always have old people problems. The senior citizen problems here. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. She always doing something, y'all. Here we go. Sorry, everybody. We're waiting on to the other senior citizen. This senior citizen here got it going. The other one, we can't hear you. What did you do wrong? Maybe go out and come back in. There you go. Say something. Can't hear you still. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Do you got it on your headphones or something? I'm a senior citizen, SS success. How old is she? She looks like she knows. I'm older than her. 313. I'm older than her. It's me saying that. It's not her. It's me. We be acting like senior citizen. Did you allow your microphone to work? Go into this thing and do the microphone. I hear someone on that side over there. I can't hear you, but I hear like some noise. Okay, here she goes again, trying to come in the other way. Let me kick you off of here and bring you up over here. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. That's the phone. It's on the phone.
So the other thing didn't work.
It was the laptop. I don't know why.
It's Gia says maybe your earbud is connected. Yeah, sneeze.
No, actually, I don't put earplugs on the computer.
Sorry, y'all. My allergies are bothering me. Sorry. Thank you, guys. All right.
I was trying to raise it up some, but hold on.
My throat is itching, y'all. This is ridiculous. Me and my allergies, her and her phone. Oh, I tell you.
Listen, it ain't it's the computer because the phones was working. I'm on the phone, but oh well, it is what it is.
Let's start it.
Sonya.
Hi, Sonya.
Hey.
How are you? Hey, Sonya.
Hey. I'm trying to. Oh, here a book. I was trying to raise it so it won't be so damn low.
My throat is itching. Lord have mercy.
Allergy season or what? No, yeah. It's supposed to snow.
I heard it's supposed to snow.
It's supposed to be a snowstorm. I came back too goddamn early.
I know you came back too early.
Right?
Oh, somebody say for favorite celebrity, Sonya is so pretty. Oh, you got some fans. They miss you, Sonya. You are the entertainment.
Because we never get it together, so.
I know. Y'all should get used to us by now. When we was coming on Fridays, we would never get it on together.
Technical difficulty, sister wives.
No, that's the wives.
That's what they were calling us.
Look, I thought we gave up that title a long time ago. Oh my Lord. Not that sister wives.
Technical difficulty, sister wives. Oh, I'm trying to think what I got in here. I just unpacked the truck today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jalen says she loves us both.
Thank you, world.
All right.
I don't.
So while we're here, one of my people, I don't know if they're my subscriber or they're my peeps or whatever.
Your cousins.
My cousins, they had made a comment in the chat. Okay, you already know, which you already said. You said to me that Nesto, they're probably gonna bring back that whole CP thing. Remember you had said that? You had said that to me. And well, lo and behold, what you said has came to pass. They well, I don't know if they indicted that one before, but what they did, they put the two together now. They put the CP and the SA together. Because remember, the SA, they already indicted that one. Okay? They indicted the SA, and then now the CP, which they threw out before, and now they
threw out twice.
So yeah, and then now they brought it back. So now it says one case for 2026. They're indicted for 2026. Okay. But everybody's thinking that these are new charges. Guys, these are not new charges. They're the same stuff. It's just a different
recycled.
Yeah, recycled stuff. So
yeah, they're recycled charges.
So that is what's happening. So one person had said to me, so what do you and Sonya think about him getting these new charges? And I try to explain to the person, these are not new charges, because I read this like back in 2023 when I was first, bringing up the information about the case, because I had all of the charges and the warrants and all that. I was reading it back then.
Right.
So now they want to know your thoughts on the whole thing. And
I'm trying to just pull up the phone.
Well, no less process. That's what they said. They had no process. That's the same thing. So to me, it was thrown out, but they could bring it back. Because that's one of the things that Judge Manning did say, that they can bring it back if they wanted to. And so
Oh, how it was, sorry.
and here's the thing. His case is not the only case this is happening to. I have 4 cases that right now that I know they had threw it out and they brought it back. And one of those cases that is that 4FP case with the gang thing with little baby. They bring those cases right back. You understand what I'm saying? They keep doing that. And a lot of it has to do with the cycling of the time. If they're running out of time, they have to refresh it and bring it back.
So they have, right, because of speedy trial. There's a, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want that. A lot of that and other things, other factors they don't want. And then 2, like I said before, they want to hold them in jail as long as possible to get that plea.
Yeah, definitely. That is a tactic. People don't. I mean, a lot of folks. The hatred for Nesto is so high that people are not using like common sense. If it was another person, maybe they'll start thinking another way. But because they can't stand this dude so bad that they want the worst.
Thanks to the bloggers that was out there saying things, keeping a negative angle going, saying he was guilty of it, saying this with no evidence other than a charge, an accusation.
Sonya, look, I'm gonna stay away from saying anything about bloggers. Okay, don't say nothing about no bloggers because
I mean that's where it came from. Because just to say he was charged, you know, why did it get to where it was at? It was because bloggers got on and they start talking like they knew.
But also, you gotta also blame you too, because you was running your mouth.
Blame me for what?
Come on now, you were running your mouth.
Blame me for what though? Making him look bad?
No. Let me give you an example of what happened. There was one time, they mentioned the thing about. I don't want to say it because then it's going to bring it back up. It's going to open up something. Well, you said something which they added the time, changed the date on it because of something you said online.
You think it's because of what I said, right? Or you know it's because of what I said.
Because they didn't put it out there before until after they played that call, and then you said something about it, and then that's when all of a sudden, when there's new indictment come, they stretches the date to more dates. Now, before they had a shorter time frame, now it's a longer time frame, which they didn't have it there before. You get what I'm saying? Because
I said it over a year and a half ago.
Yeah, but you did say it, and that gave them more.
I said it because me and him talked about it over the phone. It's on the phone calls. Because me and him talked about it. How do you think I know? How do you think I know?
I know, but I'm saying if y'all didn't have that conversation.
Exactly. Him and I talked about it. Everything that I say, and I told you this, everything that I say, I only know from talking to him. Meaning it was going to get out whether I repeated it again here or somewhere else, because I only know because he spoke to me about it.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about anything before he went to jail. I didn't know anything about them people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and 2, in order for me to help him bring light to his situation when he was asking me to help him do certain things, again, it came out because me and him are on the phone or via texting each other. We didn't have a problem with a lot of stuff because he knew he was innocent. So,
and the other thing too, I want to say, in the discovery, because I was looking at the docket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the discovery stuff is stuff that you gave them when they subpoenaed you. You remember when they subpoenaed you?
Right.
Stuff.
You're right. They got the timeline because it was in my stuff, and they got the what was it? The information regarding, when they kept saying in court, they kept trying to say everybody, he death threatened, everybody. So everybody's criminal record in her family and just a lot of stuff that I had on everybody. Because like I say, every time they bring up something, I will go and research it, and research this. Anytime they came up with something, I would, okay, well, let me go and research this. and research this. And, you know what I'm saying? So,
Because even the thing that you pulled and you gave it to them, it was part of the discovery. I saw it in the discovery in there. I saw it. Even the power of attorney was in the discovery. They put that in there. I saw that.
which didn't have nothing to do with anything because that was after the fact, and that was just to get bank records.
Yeah.
His own bank records, which he's allowed to get. You know, it's his bank records. So I think it was just a lot of his case because it's to me and how I look at it, I feel like it's a bunch of, if you look at all the charges and how it's like a overreach, a overcharge, a petty charge, a twisted scenario charge, you know, and they keep trying, and they only came with this because that Fourth Amendment is on the line. They only charged them because they were told to charge with the R years ago. And it wasn't nothing to investigate because there was no evidence, no kit, nobody knew, and it was her word against his word. So that right there could have been charged in that moment. It didn't need 2 years, 3 years to be charged. But they use it as weight. Soon as that Fourth Amendment came and they were losing the arguments of the Fourth Amendment, they hit him with the R charge because now, look, Judge, he's a big threat. He's a this. No, don't drop him. Don't free this man because he's an R, you know? Now it's a serious case because all those other little cases was nothing compared to this. Now he's a threat, you know? Now let's combine it because now we got an appeal coming on that, right? So now let's add the CP charge because now look, he's this too. You know, it's just, there was no reason for them. They did violate that Fourth Amendment. There was no reason for them to have lost that argument because they did win it in court under my, I don't know if you were there, right? You were there with me, right?
Yeah, we said next to each other.
They won that argument because it wasn't a traffic stop. He was 100 feet away from the vehicle. It was on private property, and it was no reason for them to touch it. You know,
but that argument's still not over because now was an appeal now, and
then to bring up something you discovered 3 years later to say, oh, but wait, we found out in 2025 that it's stolen because it wasn't purchased correctly. Again, what did that have to do with that date, 22? It wasn't reported stolen when he got, arrested. It didn't come up stolen.
That's true.
So it's just a matter of it's like, I can't think of how I can compare this, but it just when you're losing and they got it in the back closet because they it's a time frame on everything that has to go to court. And I just feel like they threw that out there because, again, with the CP charges, they should have indicted it back in 23 when it first came out. And okay, well, let's indict them. You know, if this is what you saw and this is what it is, let's go. Indict right here, right now. Same thing with the R case. You know, if this is what it is, why are we waiting it? Why is it taking 4 years for this to go to court?
So true.
And actual guilt is an actual guilt. Why are you playing these games with all this other stuff? You know, and why are you recycling and setting back the time? And it's not straight. It's a game. That's all. It's a game. And they play games with people's freedom. And like I said, you covered the YSL, but I watched it for another reason, to really study the court system and how her office moved to see what is he up against. You know, just like when I sit in court and I watch the judge and on other cases to see what type of judge is he, you know. But to me, it just felt like when we went in for the Fourth Amendment that The judge even knew because when they talked about the drug dog, and he was like, a drug dog. What? You know, and no drugs, no sign, no reason. He wasn't high. He didn't have a drug history. It wasn't a drug warrant. But let's put a drug because they wanted to get in the vehicle, and he mentioned that to say what, you know, but still, well, I'm gonna give you some time to come up with something. I'm like, but we knew we were coming to court to argue Fourth Amendment. This wasn't a surprise hearing.
Mm-hmm.
They were totally prepared for that, and they couldn't be, that's when they just start scrambling and coming up with something,
Mm-hmm.
on that truck. Which again, like I said, what I want his team to do, and they're doing a great job, but I want them to argue every point that's brought up in court, whether it's relevant or not. But if the prosecutor talks about it,
Mm-hmm.
then they need to fight it like it's a problem, because that's the same thing that happened the first year with the first attorney when they lied in court and said he's going to flee to Dubai if he makes bond with his wife, and then he's going to flee to Florida with his girlfriend. Well, that's what Kevin said, right? The first prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the phone calls. This is what he says. It's on the phone calls. I'm still waiting for that phone call. What? It's on the phone calls. And this is before any serious charge was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he fleeing to Dubai on some bullshit, on some bullcrap charges? Who's doing that? It wasn't even a discussion. And they were separated at the time. They weren't even on good terms like that, So that was weird for them to even bring that up or make that up, But again, the attorney at the time didn't. He brought it up. Okay, you need to argue that. You need to shut that down because the judge is just listening to what they're saying, and it's up to you as the attorney to argue every point they bring up, even if it's dumb. If they start talking about jump rope,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you got to debate it. Whatever they bring up in court, debate it. When they brought that white truck up and the fact that they said, 25, da 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 da, and the judge was like, I want to hear about it. Don't know why, but that should have been okay. Even though that's not relevant, you got to argue that point like it is relevant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it'll be over soon.
Yeah, you think it's good? You think they're gonna go to trial on April? You think it's gonna happen? What do you think? Yeah, what's your prediction?
It's hard to say because when this first started, like I said, it's been like I said, and I worked for criminal attorneys for over 10 years, and this is by far the most twisted, corrupt case I've ever heard of. It just doesn't make sense, And then to hold him when he first initially got arrested on that $10,000 case to give him no bond. I'm like, and when you look at all the stuff, and that was in July. All those interviews didn't start till August and September. So why was there a no bond in July? And they didn't have anything else on them, nothing. So why was there a no bond on a $10,000, fraud case?
I thought it was in July they put it on him.
That's what I'm saying. When he got arrested in July, it was for a 2-year-old warrant for the guy who said he gave him $10,000. And then they gave him no bond. They held out. This is before they spoke to anybody. And then if you look at everything and all the interviews and all that stuff happened in August, September, October. But July 7th or the 9th, whatever day it was, he got no bond. With nothing pending. On a bondable offense. And that's when the first attorney said it's some ish going on.
Yeah, it was. It was no bond in the beginning. I remember.
Yeah. Oh, they held out that case. That one case, they held out for almost a year and a half, but they bonded him on everything else but that one case. They kept holding that. And then the CP hit, and then they gave him the $800,000 bond on 4 pictures.
Mhm. And then it turned out to be everything came out to over two millions in bond. Yeah.
Right. But the normal bond for CP is $20,000 per image. That's the normal bond.
Really? I thought.
Yes.
So where you get?
If you look it up and see what the bond should be for that charge, they'll tell you it's 20,000. I looked at the time. I looked it up. So that was like, once they hit, and it was like $800,000. So it was like, what? You
But,
can get out on murder for $200,000.
but remember, they had the SA in there too.
No, the essay came
Right?
after that.
No.
It came after that. The CP happened before the R.
Yeah, the CP can happen before the R. Yeah, but
Yes.
with the CP, he didn't get a bond. He didn't get a bond with anything until later on. Then they started giving him a bond.
But they held out on that one case, that original arrest. They held out. They kept holding that one out.
Because they had different judges to do it. And
Well, what happened was they indicted him, and he was going to hearings on that case, and then they dismissed him. They dismissed it to pull him off that judge. You know, it's all a game. That case was dismissed, but then it was brought back when they did all of this other stuff.
Because they dismissed it with Judge, what's her name? The one that was talk about. The one that Cecil always talk about. I know Edmund was the other one, but the one that Cecil always talk about who
Adam.
Is it no, Adam is the other one. Adam is the other. I'm talking about the one
was the one that told him to indict.
The pretty lady. What's her name? Come on,
I
y'all.
don't know what they
What's the judge that Cecil constantly talk about on the live, y'all? Give me that judge. What's her name? What's her name, chat? The judge that Cecil constantly talk about when he was trying to get her and her mom and stuff. Her mom just passed away.
I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm having a brain.
I don't know.
What is that judge name? Not Adams. No, not Adams.
I love Judge Adams.
What is the other one? Judge Adams was not playing with the state. She was not playing with them.
We love Judge Adams.
What is that judge name? Oh my God. Belinda.
Because all you want is a fair judge
Edwards?
that listens, and that's going to do what they're supposed to do. Not somebody that's in bed with the prosecutor, you know, not somebody that you can obviously tell, you know, that it's a problem.
Oh my God, I can't remember. I think it's Edwards.
Yeah.
Jalen, what is the judge name? Jalen, you know. What is that judge name?
Is it a girl?
No, not Edmund. Edmund is that's Adams. Edmund Adams. No, not her. Not her, CMT. I'm talking about the one. I think it's Edwards.
Was it a girl?
She has silver hair. She's really pretty. A pretty judge. Let me see. I think it's Edwards. Melinda Edwards. Yeah, Melinda Edwards. I think that's her name. That's the one that Cecil's friends with.
I haven't followed the Cecil case. What did he do? He killed a girlfriend or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't followed that case.
Yeah, that's it. It's Melissa Edwards. That's the one. Belinda Edwards. Yes, it is. That's the one. Belinda Edwards.
She's a good judge.
She's the one that had the cases with the where the veteran, the guy that was a veteran that supposedly worked with him and he stole his money trying to do credit reports. She had that case, and she had this other. It was more.
That's the first case. That's the $10,000 case.
Yeah, that's the one that she had that they threw out. And they brought it back inside the RICO. They put that case in RICO. So all the cases were separate cases, and then they put it back and threw it out. So it's a hot mess. I know that much. It's a hot mess. But she had those cases because that was the first person I went to in the hearing. I went there, and I sat in her courtroom twice. The first time she talked
Yeah,
about,
the first hearing you went to.
yeah. I've been to a couple of them. The first one where you went to, the one that I had the video on, the one you sent me the video on. Remember that one when they were not inside the courtroom? Remember that one when Kevin was the prosecutor?
I didn't go to the first one you went to.
Well,
I think I still was in Florida.
Okay. Well, I went to the one, only one I did not go to originally when it first started is the one where they were doing the bond hearing, and that's when the guy that used to work with Tasha K, he's the one who talked about it first, and then that's when I started going to the other
Oh
one.
yeah, that's the one, and that was back in March.
That was March. Yep.
That was the hearing where he said girlfriend in Florida and running away to Dubai.
Yeah. I remember. And then they came back in
Because
June.
everybody thought it was the co-defendant that was the girlfriend. Because they said Florida, and she has residence in Florida. Erica.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. But what do you think about the Fulton County as a whole?
Corrupt. What? Corrupt. Place is corrupt. If you paid attention to the cases,
It's a lot of messed up cases. A lot.
you looked at how they do black people in there.
But there's some people don't believe that it's happening.
It's racist. It's a racist county.
But it's
with
racist.
Black leaders.
I don't know
But you still.
I mean, how you can say it's racist when it's the same people?
Because it's a race issue. It's race based.
Okay.
You can still say you could be racist against your own people because it's based on race. If you look at everybody that's in there, just like the cases, and when it's a white person versus when it's a black person, the treatment of it, and how the white people are getting treated a certain way, and the crimes could be a billion times worse. But here comes a guy, driving with no license, and he's this, that, and the other. It's a racist county.
Yeah.
A couple of cops that work for Atlanta PD even said it. They train them to go after black people.
He told you that they train them to go after black people.
They train them to go after black people. The black politician is just a front because who do they answer to? They all answer to a white man. Just like back in slavery, think about it. And I hate slavery references, but they used to put that black slave up there, you know what I'm saying? And he would be the one that run back or do, you know what I'm saying? And infiltrate and tell and, you know what I'm saying? And all of that and the other. But because it's your own kind and you trust it because you're seeing you know what I'm saying? So you're thinking you're safe and it's not the white man, it's a black person. So I should be cool, or it's a black judge and I should be okay, or it's a black prosecutor. No, they're worse. They're worse. And they're doing it with a smile. They're taking that money and they're going against their own.
I can agree with you on that one.
Show be the tell. You can't tell me anything different. It's all a facade. And that's why they keep saying it out loud. Oh, this country's not racist. Yes, it is. Y'all just put black people out there to do the dirt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's racist. And they all answer to a Caucasian. We're going to let you win, and we're going to let you this, that, and the other, but this is what we need you to do. Atlanta is 50-50, right? 50% white, 50% black, down the middle, right? You mean to tell me you only see 2 to 3 white people in court, maybe, you know what I'm saying, a week. So white people just don't commit crime at all, ever. It's just black people out there. And I know in Atlanta, it is going to be a higher amount of black people because they purposely don't educate black people. So they don't qualify for jobs. So they do have to commit crime just to eat. It's by design, They purposely. And you saw that with YSL. When people kept getting on the stand and sounding and saying they couldn't read. And it's just like, why? Why? You know, it's done deliberate. They breed prisoners by not educating them so they can't get a job, but they got to feed their family, you know, so they turn to crime and they get arrested.
Okay.
Call me crazy. But it's the one thing these politicians won't change. They won't change the board of education. They won't make everybody's school books the same. North Atlanta should have the same education as whatever high school is in the hood.
Yeah, it used to be that way, but it's changed.
Need to be the same books, the same quality of teachers. Everybody need to speak the same way, you know. So it's deliberate lack of education, you know. But it's racist. It's a very racist county. That's just what it is. Very racist. You tell me you saw that man's case, the Keller guy case, and what he got and what his bond is.
Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of different factors to the case, you know, and that's why
You can say that, but he's a 25-year-old and he may not have, because we didn't look at his history. He may or may not have a history, right?
He didn't have any history that is
related to his charges.
Well, you don't know because he's not even from the state of Georgia. He's from Alabama. So, and as far as the cycles of different charges, you don't know. They didn't put a history on there. You won't know until he goes to trial. Then they'll start talking about his history. But right now, we're Earnest.
Yeah, unless you look his name up like they did me and put my criminal history out there. Put it all out there. Called me a dancer. All that. Internet is so nice.
Internet's not a nice place. Come on, you know.
No, it's not. It's a bunch of fluff. That's all. It's all for clicks and views. That's it.
That's why you come in here and tell your story yourself.
But okay, but still, you could say that, right? But it shouldn't be that big of a gap. $800,000, $200,000 a picture, and then this guy, if you're looking at all of his charges and his bond is $250,000 in total.
And he had interaction with that under
right
14 years old. Yeah.
So if you're looking at what Nesso, 61-year-old with no type of,
he wasn't 61 back then.
Okay, listen, 58 at the time, right? 59. I think he was 59 when he got arrested. But he has none of that in his history. When you look at violence and actual behavior type of crimes, it's a history usually because it starts, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that's usually in the head, a tick that makes them continue doing it. You get me? Some people get caught, some people don't, right? So they say.
Compton Boney, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you.
But there's no history. And if I get if the bond could be that high if there was history. You get me? But there's no history. So to say that on this old ass computer, here goes some faded imagery. You know.
How do you know it's faded imagery?
Because it says that he couldn't tell because the imagery was kind of, clouded.
I have the original paperwork, right?
Yeah.
For all those who said, "Oh, she don't know the case, she don't read it," I got the whole case right here. I've been had it. I had it since 2023, but and I put it in my little binder. Remember when I put the binder out there?
That's what a binder.
The binder when you was on Tasha K's thing, and I was like going over the binder. Well, I have to.
I didn't watch that in whole because it was just a hate fest for me, and I saw a little bit of it, and then I turned because back then when it's all started in the beginning, it was just a lot, because I'm just trying to help a friend and I'm getting dragged, and
Okay, here's I have the page where the CP charge was original one. This was done back in 1/11/2023 from the city of Roswell. Y'all see this? City of
mhm,
123. Okay, it says a total of 34 images. Let me start from the top here. All right, it says here, I'm not going to even read the names and all. I mean, not the names. I'm not going to read the I'm going to start from here. A total of 34 images were identified as involving juvenile and suspected S explicit act or during or featured lascivious display of genitalia. This charge is in reference to the image described in the probable cause section, image number 1, featuring a juvenile female performing OSEX on a dog, and said that this deponent makes it this affidavit that the warrant may be issued for his or her arrest, right?
mhm,
And okay, the image number 1, it says an approximate 11 to 13-year-old female juvenile performing oral blank on a dog while holding the dog's private part and on one hand and capturing a photo of Vire. The juvenile female's body frame and hand size are clearly visible due to the positioning and indicated of a child and not an adult. This is based on the picture, it seems like this is a child, right? Then image number 2, it says between
mhm.
12 and 14 years old, and it says positioning on her knees, wearing a heavy makeup and laughing as the dog is directed towards her and unclothed genital region, and all fully displayed due to the positioning. A male adult is visible in the background, leading the dog towards the female juvenile private area, right?
Mhm.
It said male, but they did not say it was him. They said it was a male.
No, they're saying he possessed it. He possessed the
No,
video.
I'm saying that this here says there's a male in the is visible. There's a male in there visible in the
Mhm.
background. That's what it says right here. And then number 3 says age of 14 to 16, females, juvenile sealed a wide squat and a full opening display of her genitalia. No underwear. The female is wearing crop top and a bra style top with high thighs, socks, and shoes, but no underwear. The image featured a juvenile female performing oral on an animal believed to be a dog, believed to be the dog, so they don't know whether or not it's a dog.
I told you they didn't go up where they talk about how clear and how not clear the imagery was.
Okay, due to the position, the vaginal area is clearly displayed, featuring a puffy. I don't want to hear. I don't want to read that part. But it doesn't say anything about it being blurry. Oh, it says all images viewed as suggestive of a person in interest in a young female performing and receiving sexual act from animals. Some of the images are animated cartoon. Oh, some of the images are cartoons. Yeah, that's it. So, but this is this was the original. This is the same case from the beginning where he was charged, and that was a case number on that one because I have written down. I have all my notes on this thing here. This was back in 2023.
Mhm.
Same stuff. Everything that's being done now is the same case, same stuff that was back in 2023.
Yeah.
It's new. At the time, it was 23 CP 215407. And I had all of them. Okay. That first one, they did give him a bond on the 23rd, the June 26th. They gave him a $800,000 bond. That was the Child P. Child P was first. Child P was first before the SA. You know that, right?
I know. I told you. Yeah, I know.
Right. I'm agreeing with you, lady. I'm agreeing with you. It is. And then there was a $5,000. That one was $800,000, right? Then there was a $5,000 for the what charge is this one? This is CP 22 CP 210500, and that one.
I who gave him that? Manning. Manning gave him that bond.
Hold on, I'll tell you who gave it.
No, Manning gave him that bond because I was there for that.
Manny gave him that bond. Manny gave him the second bond.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Yep, all of them is Manny.
Because I was there for the argument. It was a week in house because Hannah. But anyway, the argument was crazy. You know.
Okay, it was $5,000 bond. Then it was another 5,000. Then another 5,000. Another 5,000. Then another 5,000. Another 5,000. Then there's no bond. The no bond was for the theft by deception. That was a no bond. No bond for the foreign county. They held him for that other one. The child was held without bond. Child pornography was no bond before. And then they turned around and gave him bond. That's an $800,000 bond. The conspiracy, the deposit was not set. There was a $25,000 bond for conspiracy for a felony. That's 25,000, 25,000, 25,000. And then there was no bond set for the SA on here. Then we have the theft of service. We have, hold on a second, let's see. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. She said, is his attorney okay with Sonya talking about this case? Good question, Sonya. Is his attorney okay with you talking about his case?
I'm talking about my opinion. What am I talking about? I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm not part of the case. I'm not privy to any information. So why can't I talk about it? I could talk about it like Sylvia can talk about it. Am I part of the case?
I'm not.
No, I'm not part of the case either. Every conversation I have with him is recorded. So, and they put that on YouTube. So shit, there's no secrets.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right. All of them had bond, with the exception of the. You were right. The theft by deception didn't have a bond. You're right. The theft by deception again didn't have a bond. The theft by deception didn't have a bond. We had 3, 4 of those. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of those didn't have a bond. Then you had a bond for the P. The child P was 200 on one, 200 on another one, 200, and you had 800 altogether on the child P.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the aggravated, the essays didn't have a bond. So yeah, okay. You were right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they didn't give him a bond because there was the Henry County was there was a hold for him on Henry County.
Well, that has nothing to do with it. He's still been okay. It was this when he first got arrested, it was a guy in there who had 26 charges, right? 26 counts of miscellaneous stuff. He knew the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he also had the same scenario going on where he had an outstanding warrant somewhere else. He made bond.
Yeah.
So, when you got the thing, when you're sitting in jail and you're talking to other people and you hear their stories and you hear what's going on with their cases and you see how it's going, then you know if you're being, treated fairly or not by just looking at what other people are going through in their cases, and they don't anticipate that. They don't anticipate people researching other cases with the similar charges to see, if the circumstances are the same, is it fair, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Here's my question to the audience. Why do y'all think that I can't talk about? I don't know none of these people. I wasn't around with all of this stuff that they're saying happened. I was around him like Sylvia was around him. Not at all.
Well, I don't talk to him on the phone. You do. There's a difference.
Yeah, but it's recorded, and then they play them back. What are you talking about here? Every call that I've ever had with him, they play back. And that's how I find out everything, through a phone call that's recorded.
Yeah.
Me and him never had a discussion prior to him going to jail about any of this stuff. Every single phone call we have ever had is on a recorded line or through text, which the DA is privy to all of that. There is no way I'm finding out anything outside of his mouth. That's it. So what do people say? That doesn't make sense to say, I don't know anything other than through him, which is on a recorded line. He tells me, I go research, and that's that.
She says, I've been following this case from day one, and you have offered up a lot of information.
What information? Whatever I talked about with him. That's it. In my opinion. And I say that this is my opinion. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion just like anybody else. Am I not? Am I not?
As long as you really don't know anything about the case other than...
I only know what he's told me since he's been locked up.
But he's really not supposed to be talking about his case to you.
Oh, he doesn't talk about anything now. But I'm saying this was in the very beginning, like the first year type shit, Mm-hmm. That's all. And then when something pops up, he may say something, but that's it. But again, that's been a minute. But like I said, everything that I know is from him after the arrest, not prior. Maybe that's why. The only person I ever heard of before the arrest was the young girl. He talked about her trying to help her with her career, and that him and Shirley was trying to get her career started, and that her father, him, her, and the father, would have meetings together. And that was it.
Was that on the calls?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
He even said that just recently.
Okay.
That Shirley went everywhere and Shirley knew everything. It's on the call. How else would I know?
So do you remember what time frame that call is?
You're trying to ask me to remember? I talk to him every day, either text or call. So no, I can't specifically tell you. It's been since the white truck incident. So if you want to, go into that, but it's been since the white truck. It's been since the white truck.
Okay. She said, I'm really not trying to be rude, but there is a bunch of phone calls with you and him incriminating himself. And then she said, see what I mean?
Incriminating himself? What did he say?
I guess some of the stuff that, because of course you already know, like some of the re-indictment has stuff that was added on from.
You said that was the girl that you brought to Miami. What girl did I bring to Miami? I've never brought a girl to Miami other than my granddaughter and the baby.
See, I don't know about that call, so I don't listen to the call, so I don't know about the
Other
call.
than his daughter coming to Miami, she was in town, his daughter,
Maybe that's who
but I
was-
never ran into her. I was supposed to go see her, but that's his daughter.
maybe that's who they're talking about.
But that's his daughter. They're like, so what is his kid? Who cares? He's
Yeah, but
not a victim.
there's supposed to be one kid that's his on there as a victim.
This is not the one. This one is not the one. That's the one that with that thing, that's that one.
Okay.
That's that one. But
Okay, he said.
but the one that I was supposed to meet up with, that I spoke to was, I think, the youngest with the baby. She was 19 at the time. And she was in town with her friends, and he wanted me to tell her where to go and all that type of stuff, safely, places that were safe to go. But I didn't bring her.
Okay, she says y'all was having a conversation about a young victim that her dad paid him.
That's our victim. I told you the dad was involved.
But I'm saying they were saying on the phone calls that you were talking about that particular person on the phone call. Because I haven't listened to the phone call, so I don't know. I'm just going by Compton Boney talking the same.
I was in a conversation about the young lady that her dad. Yeah, he said that. The dad paid him to help her with a career. He wanted her to stop hanging with the mother because the mother kept having her in crime. Remember that thing you sent me, that police warrant that she had for that fight about the car and all that stuff with the girl? She was out there doing scams and with the mother, and the dad wanted him to help her. She wanted to be a rapper or actress or something of that sort.
You talking about the mother's cases that I pulled up at Fulton County?
This is the real mother was doing scams, and the daughter was allegedly doing them with her, and the dad stepped in and was trying to separate the two because she kept getting in trouble with the mama. So him, his wife, and the dad had a meeting. And that's not illegal. So, they're gonna have phone records to everything. That's what's gonna tell it all, is the phone record. It's gonna tell the relationship and the energy.
But that's the problem, because I've been listening to a lot of Cecil's calls that I'm doing now, and phone calls will get a person more charges. Phone calls will get their case looked in a different light, because the phone calls, a lot of people be running their mouth on those phone calls.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with him. Y'all was talking a lot, and then that's
so what new charges came from a phone call?
I told you some of the dates. They changed the dates because of the phone calls y'all had. They added some more stuff that even the remember I told you power attorney stuff, all of that stuff they were adding on to it.
That's not a charge, though. I said, what charges came from a conversation?
I'm saying that well, okay, no charges have been, but it goes against them in the case itself. You get what I'm saying? The case itself, they know the argument that the defense is going to bring out, and that messes up the defense's.
I don't even know the arguments the defense is going to do, because I don't talk to the defense.
But I'm saying, if he's sharing certain things with you,
he never talks about what his attorneys talk to him about. He only says if they visit, that's it. But he never goes into discussion.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about, okay, if you and him having a conversation about the girls, I'm just making up something right now, right? Say you and the girl have he decided to take the girl to have ice cream. I'm just making up something, y'all. Take her to have ice cream. And the state didn't know anything about the girl going to have ice cream with them. But now because y'all running your mouth on the phone about her having ice cream with him, now they y'all can't fight that defense, because okay, she had ice cream with him, and after she had ice cream with him, he did this to her. You get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Because now y'all
Well,
open up.
I get that I get that this county like to make up stuff based off of stuff, based off of something innocent, and
Yeah, but
they twist and make something guilty out of something innocent.
you're giving it to them. You understand what I'm saying? You giving them extra information where they didn't even have to work for it. You already given them certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that they didn't know about. They didn't have to go dig because you already opened them. Okay, it's like, oh, Sonya said on Friday the 17th, he was at this store having ice cream with her. You get what I'm saying by what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my point to you is I don't know anything other than what was told while he was locked up.
If y'all
That's
didn't
it.
talk about it, if y'all didn't talk about that particular situation,
I can't talk about something that I don't know nothing about. You get me? That's like you calling me and then you fought me for everything we talked about, and everything was stuff that you told me. And I didn't have no idea the conversation. I'm just listening.
but
So I'm at fault because I now know what you just told me.
yeah, but I mean, at least at one point you should do like Cecil's family. Like, oh, don't say nothing. Don't, because you know the phone calls are being listened.
Well, in his mind, what he's doing is when he does say something, which he doesn't say anything anymore. When he was saying something, it was after something came up, and he's saying, "Well, that's not true. You know that didn't happen. You know, da 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 da. You know."
Do you know how many of the attorneys told me to tell you stop running your mouth? Remember I told you? They told me. They said, Sylvia, you need to tell her stop running
What's
your
they say
mouth.
that too? Sonya, stop running your mouth. I said, I don't know anything to say anything. Why do y'all keep acting like I know something?
They keep saying, Sylvia, tell her stop running her mouth. Stop
And this
running.
is the problem. Everybody keep thinking I'm part of his case, so don't talk.
But you
I don't know none of these people. Me and him never had a conversation about him before he went to jail, other than he was looking for ambulances, you know what I'm saying, or he was selling his car. That was a conversation. We never talked about people ever when me and him talked on the phone before he went to jail. Nothing illegal and nothing other than how's your day, and that was it, right? That was it. So for me to have a conversation and say something, I'm not privy to anything. I don't know anything. So when y'all say science, I'm talking, I don't know anything to talk. It's my opinion. That's it. It's just my opinion. I hear a charge. I see what I see from doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I say my opinion. I'm not part of his case. On no part of his case. I don't have meetings with his lawyers. They don't tell me shit. You know, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So how me talking is just like you talking.
No, it ain't.
Are you privy to anything?
There's a difference between me talking
and why me? What's the difference?
Because you had
I what?
Interaction with him. You've had before he went to jail, you and him had some sort of relationship that y'all developed over the short period of time of knowing him. So
that's fine. But again, like I keep stressing, it was never about any of this. I wasn't even in town. I was out of town the whole time. And these are relationships with people he's intimate with, and he's doing this. You think he called me on the phone and was telling me this, that, and the other about this chick he kicking it with, and this chick he kicking it with, and this chick? You think he's having those conversations with me? No, not at all. Only person I knew about was Shirley. When he spoke about the young girl, it was she wants to be, because he knew I had a semi-famous niece. He wanted to see how she got in and what's a good way, because her thing was YouTube. So he asked about that, and if she could talk to her to help give her some insight. That's not illegal. He never said he didn't know the girl. So to say that, who cares? There's no time frame on that. It's just that's what happened. He didn't say when specifically, and this, that, and the other. And he didn't say none of that was said. It's just that's the only thing I know, and that's not illegal. You know, that's like you talking to me about your daughter. you know, Dallas want to start baking cakes, and she's looking to, and I know your cousin is a famous chef. You know, can you have him give her some pointers? That's the conversation. That's all it was. You know, so they know that he's not denying he didn't know the girl. Be different if he was saying, I don't know her. And I'm talking about this, that, and the other. Well, damn, he just said he didn't know her. He never said that. He never said he didn't know her.
Mm.
So for me talking about something that's innocent, in my view, I feel like that's innocent. He mentioned his wife. He mentioned the girl. You know, that's it. But he mentioned business. He didn't say, you know, I'm, you know, me and her, this, that, and the other, and da da. No, that was never the conversation. He wasn't talking to me like we was boys. You know, how's your day? My day is fine. Well, you have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. That's how we talk. They got all our text messages. They don't say shit. They're not all deep and this, that, and the other. Not at all. Not the lie they told in court.
Yeah.
So for them to keep saying, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I feel like he's innocent, and that's just what it is. But I don't know anything. So for you to sit there, what am I talking about? I don't know anything. So when I talk, it's an opinion. It's an opinion.
Thank you, DMV.
And I could give my opinion like everybody else get theirs. Oh, he this, he that. That's an opinion. They can give it, I can give it.
But there's a difference between them giving an opinion and you. There's quite of a difference.
Of course there's a difference because I know him personally.
But see, okay, the other thing too, he trusts you enough to be able to give you ability to go into his information because you have privy information because, okay, remember he gave you power of attorney, short period of power of attorney to be able to get his bank records and stuff. So that means you have privileged information that other people don't have.
But I don't speak on it other than I don't speak on his bank statements.
I know you don't speak on it, but
I don't speak on anything that I said that I went and investigated on this demo. I don't speak on that.
No, but I'm just saying, even though you're not speaking on it, but when you're on that phone and you have privy information, there's a big difference. There's going to be a light bulb popping in the state's head saying, oh, she have access to this. So therefore, let's listen carefully to what she's saying. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? Because now you're not like me. I'm just a person just reporting it. You know what I mean? I'm not
just like you.
No, it's totally different because you have access to stuff that I would never have access to. So therefore, if I have access,
and they got access to everything.
No, I understand, but because you're close to him, you have conversation with him, y'all speak whatever codes y'all speak, because that there is some sort of code where everybody, whenever they're in jail, the people have certain codes as they talk certain things, right? So their antennas are going to go up when he's talking to you. So there's a difference. There's a big difference.
Of course they're looking for something to come up, but there's nothing that can come up, and that's my argument.
And that's why I was telling
they can look and be like, ooh, 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 but I don't like. You got to look at what the cases are.
But see, I'm saying that's why I was saying like, because a couple of different attorneys watches my show, because I'm good friend with a lot of the attorneys of YSL, and they watch it. They're like, why does woman just keep running her mouth? Sylvia, tell her just to be quiet. They tell me that. I'm telling you.
But I'm just saying my opinion. I'm allowed to say my opinion.
And I'm just saying, but then they say, okay, you're going to mess up certain defense that they may have. They tell
I don't know their defense because I don't talk to their attorneys. Why do y'all keep thinking I'm talking to the attorneys?
I'm not saying you talk. I'm telling you that.
I'm saying to people because people keep saying, oh, it's your fault he got that charge. How? Because I didn't know nothing about that. So how was it my fault that he got hit with this charge when that's something I knew nothing about? I only know about things when they hit him with a charge. That's when I find out something,
That's after the phone calls are played and they listen to.
But they're still not about, no, that was never a phone call. He never even thought anything of that to even have a conversation about that. What are you talking about? That was something they was fishing for, that Fourth Amendment stuff. That wasn't me and him talking about a white truck and other. Now him, the son and the wife talked about the white truck when they got it out of impound. They talked about the white truck. When they told her to get it, she had to drive it because of the G-Wagon. All this is on phone call. This ain't from me and him. This is what I heard on a phone call, right? Like everybody else heard.
So you admitted you was to listen to those phone calls then, huh?
This was then, yeah. In the beginning of all of this, I listened to a lot of stuff the first year. This is the first year he got arrested. I listened to a lot of stuff. I turned it off after after my name came out in the next year, and they started dragging me like a month after they started dragging me, or maybe 2 months. I stopped watching everything. I just didn't listen to anything. But this is the first year. The first year, they talked about the truck. She had to go get it. She didn't like it. It was so big and bulky. You know, she wanted her G-Wagon. This is all on a phone call. All this is on a phone call. Because I listened to a lot of the stuff, and they feel like I'm privy to something, but because I am more invested, because I care about the truth of the matter and I care about his freedom. Everybody else that listens to this is just listening to it for pure entertainment. They don't give a fuck. They just want to see this like a TV show to them. So they're not invested, and they don't look like I look, because this is somebody in my life that let me help you. You get me? So I dig a little deeper and I pay attention to things, but it's not like, and you're getting it confused, like, oh, no, I don't. When he was free, I had no conversations with him about his life. None. I give you my phone, you can look at the text messages. Nothing, right? It's very shallow. It's not a deep, It didn't get deep until he caught the case. He looked out for me when I got sick and checked on me every day when I got sick. And I felt some way about that, because people don't do that, especially people you just meet. I had just met him when I got sick 2 months in, you know, and that's what made me like, you know, and then we used to have conversations about our past, not what we're doing right now, but 20 years ago type of conversations. That's what we used to talk about, you know? So none of that was something that is, you know, related to what's going on with him today. None of that. Because I was shocked. Mm-hmm. Just like he be shocked on some stuff. When I be telling him, he be shocked on the phone, like, what? You know? Mm-hmm. But all of that stuff. So they can say that, but unless I'm talking or I'm sitting with the lawyers and I'm all I'm not sitting with them. You know, I'm not privy. I'm not in the meetings with them. He's not telling me, because every conversation is on a phone call. He's not telling me anything. Well, we talked about this today and this, we went over this. So when I talk, it's my point of view, my opinion, and how I feel. That's it. And I'm allowed to say that, because that has nothing to do with his defense with his team. I'm not at the meetings. They're not calling. Now I text and I give them, you know what I'm saying, stuff, but they don't respond because I got subpoenaed. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to risk, and I'm fine with that. I respect that.
That's what I'm saying, because you right there, you say you're open to risk, so that's why
that's why they don't talk to me, and that's why when I talk, it's not a privy conversation. It's not, oh, she telling up. No, I'm not. I don't know. I only know what's on the phone calls, which they're playing. So I don't get why people keep talking when all the phone calls are being played, and the DA listens to all the phone calls. Everything I know is on a phone call and from a phone call to him.
But you're saying you listen to the phone calls, right?
But this is the first year we're talking, the first year and a half. We're 3.5 years in now. So you're talking about a year and a half of me and him not talking. Other than how your day, okay, click. How you feel? Happy. All right, click. What you need? Okay, bye. That's the conversations we have. We don't have you know.
Shout out to hey guys, thank you for the $2 super chat. She asks how you gross over.
Gloss over the CPSA charges is concerning. No, because we already had the conversations when he got the charge 2-3 years ago. So why would I have a concern today when I had the concern 3 years ago? The concern is still there, but I'm not going to act. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, somebody died 3 years ago, and then you talk about it today. Well, you don't look. Why aren't you crying? Because that was 3 years ago. Same thing. The CP and the SA, that was found out 3 years ago. So me and her talking about it today, it's old news. What am I supposed to? What am I supposed to? It's old news. We waiting for court. I have no reaction other than let's go to court.
My only concern is just dropped it, and then a few months later pick it up. Don't drop it. That's my thing.
It's a game. That's all I'm saying. It's a fucking game. And this is my opinion. It's a game.
That is.
You got to reset the clock. And then it's leverage, because we're gonna keep this in the closet just in case this case don't go like it, because they know some things. You got to understand, when a prosecutor knows things that should free a person, they're not gonna say it. How often have you ever seen a prosecutor come to court and dismiss something because we got the wrong person, or they don't? You know what I'm saying? They don't. Take Tory Lane's case. When the guy came up and said the guy never had a gun, he went over there and broke up the fight. He had nothing to do with it, but he's sitting in jail for 10 years. And the police knew, prosecutor, everybody knew the guy was innocent, but he's sitting in jail for 10 years. So it's a game. It's just a game. It's leverage.
And that's my only concern with that.
It's leverage.
When
they dismissed it and they brought it back because it's leverage.
When I went into the system, I looked up the case number and it says closed. The case said closed for that particular case number. And then a few months later, they bring it right back.
But why close it in the first place? If he actually did that, and this is actually a crime, then you charge him and you indict him and let's go to trial. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to play the game. Dismiss, bring it back, dismiss, bring it back. Why? What changed? You have the computer and you say you have the evidence on his computer. Let's go to trial. Why did you dismiss it in the first place?
And that's what the judge Adam told them. She told them that.
She told them to go ahead and indict. She said indict by next month. She said you got 30 days to indict him.
That's exactly
on that and the R case. They told him.
She did. She told them that.
Did they? What'd she say? The DA said, "Oh, but we're still investigating, and that's why we haven't." Because she said, "Why haven't you indicted him yet?" Well, we're still doing some investigation, and I was like, "That was a lie. Was a lie."
Let me bring it up. Her video. Go ahead and talk.
That was a lie. I said because when we went to court for the plenary hearing, they specifically said there was nothing other than her saying it. That was it. So what are you investigating? She didn't go to the hospital. She didn't take pictures. She didn't tell nobody, is what they said at court. So what's the investigation? Take it to trial. Take it to trial. So that's where I'm at. So outside of that, let's go to trial on it. Bring it to trial with the evidence. But yes, why did you dismiss it and bring it back? Dismiss it, bring it back. What reason?
But
what reason? Did y'all lose the computer? Oops, then we found it. Oops, we lost it again. Oops, we found it. It's a computer that you claim is his. Y'all did your due diligence, like you're supposed to before you charge somebody. Now indict and go to trial with the evidence that you have, and they come to court with the evidence that they have. What's so crazy is when they have these one-sided hearings and he's supposed to win, but he can't talk. And I'm trying to figure out, when have you ever had a one-sided argument and a person is supposed to have fair game of winning, and they can't talk. How do you win that and you can't have a conversation because we're not in trial yet, and he can't talk because, which is weird to me, that you have a hearing, you know, and I can't say anything at this hearing, or I can't be put on the stand, you know, to testify my side of the story. For some reason, they got to kind of finesse it and win the argument without, you know, him saying anything. When it's a he say, she say situation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I say when people keep saying that, like, what are you talking about?
Well, I'm trying to bring up that hearing. Just bear with me a second.
You said 30 minutes, girl. We gonna get in trouble.
Oh, I gotta go. It was 30 minutes yesterday, so don't even try, okay?
I'm just going by what you said.
Okay. I lied then. I lied, okay?
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
That was yesterday. Hold on, trying to bring it up.
See, I'm in my RV. I'm in my RV. I'm in the baby. It's the quietest place because the kids is loud.
Where they at?
They in the house. I'm in the RV.
Okay, here it is. Here we go. I got the hearing. Hold on a second, y'all. Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, what you doing?
No.
Are you trying to get in on Nestle's head?
I was trying. Stay still.
Was that Hannah? Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana.
Yeah, this was back in 2023 when I was at a hearing. October 2023.
Was that almost 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he going to jail.
Who's going to jail?
Store owner accidentally kills his wife during a robbery.
Oh, wow.
The guy came in and then he started shooting, but then he turning his back and he just shooting without looking, and he shot her in the head and killed her.
I'm trying to watch the video. Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting for them to speak. They're not talking.
All right, this is the matter of the state of Georgia versus Ernest Williams. The defendant is in custody under complaint number 23 CP 219961, charged in that complaint with aggravated sexual battery, rape, aggravated sodomy, sexual battery, and trafficking a person for sexual servitude. Appears that Mr. Williams was arrested on July 2nd of 2022 and has been continuously in custody since that time. The motion for bond was filed September 25th of this year. It appears that Mr. Williams' first appearance hearing was July 10th. Should that date be 23? Has he been in custody since July of 22 or 23?
July of 22.
All right. I'm seeing what I thought was a first appearance form from July 10th of 2023. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or did he have an earlier hearing?
He was in custody on other CP cases.
Got it. All right. So in connection with this complaint, there was a bond hearing in July of 23. During that hearing, a $50,000 bond was set on one of the counts. And there was subsequently appears a preliminary hearing. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is your last name Rondon?
Yes, it is.
All right. And that is what brings you before the court. And so the court is ready.
Yes, Your Honor. Before he was Mr. Williams, he is 58 years old and he is a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. And he does have the majority of his family here, including his 6 children that are all grown adults. He has a 12th grade education from Richmond Academy, and prior to his arrest in 2022, he owned and operated several businesses. His incarceration has, of course, put those businesses on pause, and they have not been operating since then. He does have significant ties to the community, as he's been here his entire life. I do not believe Mr. Williams is a flight risk. I do see one FTA on his GCIC from 2004, but it is nearly 20 years old. And Mr. Williams is looking forward to his day in court to prove his innocence of all charges against him. I would ask Your Honor to please set bond in this case and for bond not to exceed $100,000 total.
The FTA from 2004 was in connection with what offense?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, I believe that charge is a robbery.
Will you find the information?
Your Honor, yes, it looks like the failure to appear was from a probation, and the charges are armed robbery and theft by receiving.
And are those charges still open and pending?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Day?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alicia Taylor from the state. The state is requesting no bond for Mr. Williams. We state that he's a danger to the community. In this case, Mr. Williams was, met the victim at a gas station and basically befriended her, stated that he could help her with her career. She was a young woman, 19 years old, who wanted to go into the hair business. He's a person of means as he's married to a local celebrity radio personality, and used that to deceive her into thinking that he could help her with her career. At some time, he met with her at his motor coach, took her to the back of that motor coach and forcibly penetrated her, placing his penis in her vagina and anus area, Your Honor. She repeatedly stated that she did not want to engage in sexual activity with him. He did threaten her and insist that she needed to engage in these activities and that he could help her with her career. He also forced her to sign a contract in blood.
What does that mean?
Basically, he pricked her finger.
I'm still waiting there for that blood part. I haven't heard about that blood part anymore.
The who?
Remember, she said that he's had her sign a contract in blood. You didn't hear about that?
I heard about that. I did.
Yeah, okay.
Took the blood and gave her sign. She was young, again, 19, and felt compelled and coerced into these activities. Furthermore, we would state that he is a flight risk worker. There were several jail calls where he talked about leaving the country. One jail call, he talked about having to learn his supposed to Dubai because he had the means to do so. There were other jail calls where we discussed going out of state to Florida.
Here we go. Go to Florida part.
She's just repeating what Kevin said, because Kevin said that first, all of that stuff first.
Okay, but I was just playing it. She said it too.
Other locations, but not only to the dangerous community and the Florida, the victim is still very scared for her life. She is not present in court today, but it's just her, the fact that she's still severely traumatized and it's the fear of him intimidating and coming together to people to get out. The state, Your Honor, based on all those facts and the fact that he does have several cycles for criminal history. He had 19 cycles and at least 4 convictions. One conviction was in 1988 for theft. Another conviction was in 1990 for armed robbery and possession of a firearm. And another conviction, he had armed robbery again. That was related to the failure to appear as discussed by defense.
Was that a conviction from 2004, or has that case not been formally charged?
The armed robbery.
Let me just be clear, counsel. I'm not interested in cycles. I'm interested in felony convictions.
Yes, Your Honor. These are convictions that I'm relating to, Your Honor.
All right. So we have a
Well, she said conviction. She's not interested in cycles.
That's what we'll keep always bringing up.
Yeah.
And the other chick was bringing up stuff, and it was not convictions.
Yeah. So that's what she said. She wants conviction, not cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Or just charges and
1990 armed robbery and 1990.
Because that's something that was proved.
And in 1992 armed robbery again, Your Honor, there was also a 2006 false statement, guilty conviction, Your Honor,
All right. So let's go back to the 1988 theft case. Where did that occur?
in Fulton County, Your Honor.
For what judge?
it didn't happen. No, she was never prepared either.
What was the
I know
sentence?
she got fucked out.
And you know she doesn't even work for there anymore. She's gone. She's no longer there.
Your Honor, because that case was in 1988, I do not have the full reading, but I do know that he was sentenced to 4 years of probation and that it occurred, the sentencing was in August of 1989.
And the 1990 armed robbery, what jurisdiction?
That was in Cobb County, Your Honor.
The sentence in that case?
Look how unprepared she is.
Your Honor, I do not have the sentence for the Cobb County. I do know that it was a 10-year conviction. And
Did it be sentenced to 10 years?
yes, Your Honor, 10 years of confinement.
Let me just suggest to the state that going forward, when we have these kinds of hearings, the prior history is helpful to the court.
So pause that. He was sentenced to 10 years, right? Remember, they're trying to go to Rico and say that he committed a crime every 4 years. So when he was sitting in jail for 10 years, how is he able to commit a crime every 4 years?
Okay.
I'm just saying that was the argument for Rico, that you have to commit a crime every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He sat in jail for 10 years. So in the 10 years,
Didn't he just meet Shirley like the 2 years before they got married or something like that?
I think I don't know,
Because they got married 2016, right?
15.
15? Okay. 2015 they got married. 2013 it was when he supposedly got out, right?
No, got out in 08 or something around there.
I thought he went back to jail again.
So no, what they did was when he got out, because he had a case pending when he went to jail initially, I thought I told you this. They never went to jail to pick him up to say, let's hear this other case that you have. They waited till he was freed. And then what they did was they hit him with the conviction and gave him time served. But it happened after he got out. You get me? But the crime happened before he went to jail. But they didn't bring him to court until after he got out of jail. So that's why the dates on that is what it is. But the crime was, the date of the crime was before he went to jail on that 10 year.
But didn't he get arrested in between the time of getting married while he was with Shirley? Because I remember one of the things that when I was looking in the docket, a couple of those things was she was trying to get it expunged for him. And when I was looking at the docket, I saw that an application for expungement.
I don't know about that.
But it was something that she was asking for them to remove some stuff off his record. I remember that.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
So I don't know his business. Remember, I told you that. I only know what y'all know.
I know there was at one point trying to get his record cleared.
Mm-hmm.
That includes the date of conviction, the nature of the charge, the jurisdiction, and the sentence. All of that information. I don't know what other judges need, but that's what I need.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As to the 1992 armed robbery,
That was in Douglas County, Your Honor. He was sentenced to 10 years.
so is that a concurrent sentence to the Cobb case?
It is, Your Honor.
And was it a straight custodial sentence?
It was 10 years of confinement, Your Honor.
Right. And when I say straight, was there any period of probation or?
No, Your Honor, it looks like it was straight custodial.
Finish my question, Ms. Taylor. All right, and the fourth conviction was what?
It was for giving false statements, Your Honor, in Cobb County on August 9th of 2006.
2006.
Sentence?
Wait a minute, how is that possible? Whoa. You said 2006, so how is that possible if he's in jail? Hello?
What'd you say?
On this thing, she's saying 2006, he got in trouble for giving false statement. So how is he in giving false statement and he's in jail?
2006, and he's still in jail.
He's still in jail. My question is, did they verify if it is him? Because
if it's him or if because it's 15 million Earnest Williams in Georgia.
I saw some birthdays and it did not match his birthdays. I was like, did these people?
They did that when they was trying to say the story, talking about, yeah, he got 23 months for armed robbery, but it was another Earnest Williams who was in jail at the same time for, around this case, who got sentenced. He was in his 20s. And the bloggers tried to put that and say that was him. And I'm like, do your math. The boy's in his 20s. That's not Nestle's case. That's a whole nother Earnest Williams.
Because I saw somebody's birthday was.
It's a popular name in the South, apparently.
And there was somebody on July 1963, a birthday, July. And I'm like, did they check to make sure this is the same person? And even the spelling of the name was totally different. They spell it without the A. So
Mm-hmm.
did they? I don't know. I hope
There's
it's,
a middle initial on there, the L,
yeah, it was an L, but it was a different L.
and it was a, yeah, right.
There's one that has Lavarne and there's one that has Levette.
Mm-hmm.
Two different names. And I was like, did they check to make sure this is the right guy? Because that will make a difference too.
Yeah.
But that, I guess they'll do that afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
She's not prepared. Look at this.
Like he was sentenced to 1 year of confinement, Your Honor. Straight confinement.
What the jurisdiction for that one again, please?
That was in Cobb County.
Cobb. Anything else?
No, there are several pending charges. They are CP numbers. The state is intending to indict them.
I'd like to know a bit about those because when I look at the booking information, I have there quite a number, as you've indicated, cycles, but I'm unable to tell what the status of most of these cases is. So how many pending unindicted cases are there?
So there are there are.
Okay, sorry guys, but there's somebody I just blocked because they come in here with the attacks on me. So if you feel that you need to attack me in this chat, I will be blocking you because I'm not going to tolerate it. So somebody just got blocked.
4 pending unindicted cases, Your Honor. There were 2 others that were dismissed, but will likely be brought again. There's pending investigation on those cases, Your Honor.
Do you have the incident dates from the pending cases?
So one date was on July 12th. Another one was on
July 12th of what year?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. One case is September 27th of 2021.
All right, you're losing the counsel. Are we talking about July 12th or September?
I'm sorry, yes, September.
Date again, please. Can we pull the door up? I can't hear.
September 27th, 2021. It is a theft by deception case.
What jurisdiction are all of these in Fulton? All right.
There is another case that is June 23rd of 2021. It is a theft by deception again.
And the other thing, people cannot come in here and tell me what to do with my channel. And that other person just got blocked. Thank you. Have a good night.
There
Ooh.
is a case from July 7th of 2022. It is for possession of child pornography.
Now get ready to hear what the judge says about this child P thing.
And there is, if you're ready on, there's also a case for theft by deception of June 4th of 2022, also in Fulton County, theft by deception.
So I guess the question becomes, if you contend that he's such a danger to the community and a flight risk, why do you have all these pending cases, particularly the one involving child?
Did I hear that? Why do you have all these pending cases if he's such a danger to society? Why haven't you guys indicted him yet?
Indicted.
That's what she said. If he's such a danger to society, why haven't you indicted him yet? Which is true. Why not indict him? Why still holding it out?
So I guess the question becomes, if you contend that he's such a danger to the community and a flight risk, why do you have all these pending cases, particularly the one involving child pornography, that involves allegations of child pornography?
Yes, Your Honor. We've been in contact with the law enforcement agency and we're awaiting several pieces of child sexually explicit material that had to be viewed before we indicted. We want to make
It had to be viewed before.
Had to be viewed. But the
before-
investigator who wrote the warrant was the one who did it. They had a specialist. So who else needs to see it? If you read the warrant, at the beginning of it, the guy tells you who he is. Special investigator, da 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 da. Not no any old body. You get me?
He says personally came M. Sokra by oath to the best of his knowledge and ability. Sworn the child pornography possessed material which depicted minors or a portion of minors' body, E, felony. And it gave 16, 12, 100 and all that. Okay. And they put it in on, this was January.
January 2023.
Yeah, January 11.
Date of possession, January 2023. How does he possess it after the fact? There's download dates. Whenever you got something on your computer, there's dates attached to everything. Why weren't those dates used?
Well, here's the thing right here. It says between 7/07/2022 through.
That's when he got arrested.
But he
didn't have possession of it. He didn't have the computer no more.
But my thing is, how can you say he has it between that date and he's in jail? That means he should have it the days before then.
You should have had it on the dates that's on the computer that shows when it was opened and downloaded with an IP address. Everything on a computer has a date, a time, and an IP address.
But see,
everything.
I'm saying the date that they have on this document here has July 7th, 20.
His arrest date.
And through January 11, 2023. So therefore,
that's the indictment.
The date of the things that they were downloaded.
And why not? Because you're supposed to put the date of the crime. The date of the crime is the date he downloaded it. And every date he opened it. And if he sent it to somebody, those will be the dates you use.
That's true.
If I murdered somebody, they're not going to say the date I got arrested was the day I murdered somebody and I killed somebody 3 years ago.
That's true.
The date of I've argued this since day one. When I saw the warrant, where is the IP address? Where is the date of the downloads? And my speculation, because I know it's a used computer, it was bought at a pawn shop by his wife, that this is stuff that was already on there, and they won't say the dates because it'll prove that these are old imageries from 20 years ago, because it's one of them thick, old ass computers.
But this is what I'm talking about right now. And look at the information you just given right
there. That's not information. That's common sense. That's not information. No, I read the warrant. Listen, I read the warrant, and that's what came to my head. That wasn't a conversation between me and him.
No, you just
I read the warrant, and I want to know why.
You just said the wife purchased the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Just said, but see, nobody knows that. See,
yes, they do. I just told you I found out everything on a phone call from him. He told me over the phone while he was in jail.
But see,
that they do know it, because if you listen to the phone calls, it's on the phone calls. Do you understand? I do not repeat anything that's not on the phone call. Okay, so if it's on a phone call, everybody can hear it, and the DA heard it. That's what I'm saying to you. This is how I heard it. From a phone call. How else would I know? I didn't know nothing about that stuff. He didn't think nothing of that stuff when he had that computer. Hey, this is a computer I got from my wife at a pawn shop. He didn't think to mention that. This happened after the charge came.
But that's what
after the warrant was read over the phone. Right. But it's too late on that, because he said it. I didn't. He said it.
But this is what I'm saying. The information y'all saying, y'all talking too much. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
I know what you're saying, but that's something that he said. You get me? I'm just there listening. I'm just there listening. He's talking, he's venting, he's whatevering. I'm just listening. So don't come at me about it. It ain't my fault I'm hearing it. Y'all keep on saying, I'm just hearing it. Just like y'all hear it, I heard it. because I don't know anything. Only thing I'm doing is hearing it. Everything I know is from a phone call. That's it. It's not nothing that me and him talked about before this happened. Everything the DA can hear because it's on a phone call. But when y'all try to say stuff, the DA already know because he said it on a phone call to me. I didn't say it. I didn't know about this stuff. Me and him didn't talk about this before he went to jail. So stop pointing the finger at me like I'm wrong. I heard it. Just like y'all hear me, I heard him.
No, I'm just saying that the
I get what you're saying, but it ain't on me because it came out of his mouth, not mine. It didn't come out my mouth. So you could, but the DA heard it too. So you're trying to say I'm smarter than the DA?
No, I was just saying because the conversation you guys were having on the phone call, that gave ammunition to the DA. That's all I'm saying.
No, because every phone call came from a charge. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like he just started talking randomly and then, ooh, you got a charge. That's not how it happened. When they hit him with a charge, that's when he said this, that, just like with the white truck. None of that, no conversation was had about the white truck until they hit him with this crap about the white truck. Then, okay, then me and him talked about it. And you got to remember, the DA is privy to more information to his phones, computers, to this, to that. You know what I'm saying? Their scope of investigation is by far much wider. They can get into his emails, his phone, his whatever. Right? So it's nothing, it's no secret if it's on his stuff. That's just what it is. It's not a secret. But it wasn't a crime because that's how he purchased everything.
Okay, let me finish playing.
Go ahead.
Well, how sure you have to be for something that's alleged to have occurred over a year ago? Right? And the reason I'm asking that question is because if the state contends, as you've argued, and I think I understand your argument to some extent, that Mr. Williams is dangerous. If he was arrested for child pornography in July of 22, and the state wasn't diligent in moving forward with prosecution, he's back out. Now we have a second alleged victim of similar crimes.
Your Honor, actually, the case was kind of simultaneous.
What's the incident date for this case?
When he was arrested,
I just need to know the incident date.
This case was July of 2022.
All right. July of what? When I say this case, I mean the CP case for which the court is holding the bond here.
Okay.
The judge is asking the same question you just asked about the date of occurrence, and they're going to give the date of his arrest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're going to give the date of his arrest. So, because she said it happened simultaneously. I get it. I get it now.
Let me tell you. Well, that's a lie. They can't even say that. They can't even say that. And they know this because when they arrested him, they knew this because remember all the luggage was in the car. Remember she said that, oh, his luggage was in the car.
None of these.
When he was in court. Remember
even when I didn't hear about the Go ahead, finish.
So the cop chick was saying about, how we were sitting in front of the house waiting for him to show up and he was coming down the street. And then, I turned around and followed him and then I called for backup, and right? She knew where he was coming from. She knew.
I got the transcript from that.
But when she was in court, she tried to say, and flip it and say something different because she went through all his paperwork and with his paperwork was a receipt that just showed where he was coming from. Right? Which with the luggage, why he had luggage in the car. But she went to court lying and trying to flip it and make it seem like it was something else.
I have the transcript from those hearings. I forgot I had those transcripts. All right. The transcript from the hearing that you're talking about where she testified, I have the transcript.
She testified 3 times.
I'm talking about the police
The
officer.
Fourth Amendment testify.
No,
That's what
no.
I'm talking about. This was the Fourth Amendment testify.
Okay.
You talking about when she testified for the? I gave you that one, I think, for the
Yeah.
R and the CP charges.
Yeah, you gave me that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never read them. I mean, I never read into the people. I have those transcripts. Yeah, I have those. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's it. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Hey, go ahead.
I have to give some background.
No, you can answer my question first. What is the date for the aggravated sexual battery case that's on the calendar?
The date for the aggravated sexual battery is 2019.
When in 2019?
January.
What'd she say?
She's asking
Now you can give
when
me background information.
the essay happened. What date? She's
And she
asking
said January when?
2019.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As I was saying, basically, the case all came about when there was allegations of fraud. When they found the fraud allegations, the 4 cases came about. During the investigation for the fraud, officers extracted and reviewed cell phones and other devices and found the child pornography. The child pornography led to a further investigation, which there was kind of a press release. Once Mr. Williams' name was out,
Okay, the press release.
several women came forward giving additional information.
They said after the press release.
That's a lie. The press release was October. The interview with the ladies was August and September. So that's a lie. Go ahead.
You see how you
If you read the warrant, it has the interview dates on there. In October, right before that Takeoff got killed, that Tuesday is when they did the press release. When they did the first press release, it was October. It's right around Halloween. It was on a Tuesday. That's a lie that she's saying right now. One of many. Every time they go to court, they lie. If he honestly did it, and then every time you go to court, you would tell the truth.
So what is the dates and the re-indictment? Same dates. Same dates.
It would be the truth. If there would be no lies told, if he truthfully did what you said he did, it would be no lies told. There would be no change of dates. There would be no added dates 3 years later. It would be none of that. Everything would have happened from the interview in 2022. 22. And then for them to lie and say they were scared for their life when the girl sent him a text message a week after he got arrested saying, "Where are you at? Are you okay? Me and my dad are looking for you." I sent that. The DA has that. Why are we lying?
It should be 2 dates, Compton body. Should be 2 dates on that because it was 2019 and also supposed to be some date in I think July, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's 2 dates. It's January
And February.
8th,
February.
and then it's February 1st, the day he went to court with Erica. The same date he went to court with Erica, they're saying that night he SA'd her.
See, you got a lot of information.
That's not a lot of information. It's on the damn paperwork. All you got to do is read it. It's on the paperwork. If you look at the date of offense with Erica, February 1st, 2020, whatever it is the date. And then if you go look at the date of this SA case, the second charge is the same date.
But see, the thing is, now you're giving them ammunition. There it is.
How was that ammunition? Me and him already talked about that on the phone. He spoke on it. He spoke on that because I didn't point it out. He pointed it out to me again. So if they're in their office, that's fine. They still got to answer to it. When you go to court, you still got to answer to it. He said it didn't happen. So it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Said he never did it. He didn't do that. It didn't happen. So all of that they talking about, let him talk. He said it didn't happen. He didn't do it.
All right. Can I continue now?
Yeah, go ahead.
From those interviews, we were able to gain information about this.
What's wrong with your mask? It's distracting. It's real flicky. Do you need a new one?
If your honor would like.
You can bend the bridge, but it looks like you're losing part of it. Not just for my safety, but it's yours too. I understand someone contracted COVID in the courtroom last week.
Understood, thank you. Again, after the press release, women came forward, and that's how it led to us finding and interviewing the current victim in this case that did them previously, but they were unrelated to what was done.
So when did she come forward?
From my review of the case, we heard about it after the discovery of the child porn in July.
What did she say when? Because it happened. She came forward when?
She said, hold on. She said they didn't discover it until after they discovered the child pornography.
No.
That's what she said.
Well, if they got the child pornography the date of the arrest, then they could say that because that was in July. So if they looked at the computer in July.
They asked about the CP, the essay. She was asking her about the essay.
But the essay interview happened in September. The teacher's interview happened in August. But they didn't charge him until January or February with the essay.
To January 2023.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the conversation had was in September. It was before. So they keep trying to say, what she keep trying to act like is when they had that TV thing that, everybody, and that wasn't the case. Nobody came forward after the TV thing. And then when what's her name came back and did her little interview talking about Steve Harvey, when she did her podium, news conference again, nobody came forward. I don't like it. But that was what they were trying to do. Because I watched a lot of First 48, and what they used to do when they would have a crime and they would have no information, nothing, they would go on TV and say and ask the public if this, that, and that, right? And they would ask the public, you got any information on this case? So that's what they did with him in October. They sat there and said that they changed it because what they said, and if you go listen to the news thing, and then what the warrant says is two different conversations. So the warrant, they're saying the landlord came to the police department because he was late on rent and it was just some cars and no furniture in the house. So they investigated, which that don't even make sense for an investigation. But on the television, when they did it in October, they said something totally different. They didn't say the same thing that the warrant says. And then they were saying, that him and her were like they said $1 million in fraud. They took $1 million from their victims. And if you add up all his money amounts, it don't even come up to $500,000 or $250,000. So I don't even know where they got that from. That lie. But when you say that number, it catches people's attention. Oh, $1 million. And now, you know what I'm saying? So I think they lied on that just to see whose attention they could get from that number, which again, is still a lie. You know what I'm saying? So they went on TV and they told a lie.
So according to this, on his birthday, him and the girl got together.
His birthday's the 9th.
It says right here, it says from the 8th.
His birthday. Okay, yeah. She's trying to say that night they spent the night together, right?
That's what it looked like.
But his birthday is his wedding anniversary. Does that make sense?
Look, I don't know nothing.
That makes sense. That his birthday and his wedding anniversary, that he was over there, and I saw him being somewhere else, and I'll leave it at that.
See that? There you go.
I'll leave it at that. I saw him being.
There you go again. There you go.
I didn't say nothing else. I just saw him being somewhere else.
According to this here, I am reading the date that's on this here, on this.
And what's the location of the situation? What did she say it happened at?
2979 Peachtree Road, Northeast Atlanta, Fulton Street. That's what it says.
Go again.
That's what it says right here.
I get you. I get you. Go ahead.
So, and you know how long I had this book, y'all?
He said the lady's allegations are it happened 2019. What lie?
The lady's allegation says 120. That's what I just read on his birthday. It's on his birthday. The day before his birthday and that morning they were together. They left each other, according to this, is to 9 a.m. on January.
So what happened in court about this when they were explaining all of this in court? Can I talk about court? Or is that too privy information? Because I sat in court and heard this.
Go ahead. Talk about court.
So what the cop said, and this wasn't the cop that interviewed. The cop that interviewed the girl never makes it to court for some reason. Same guy who put the drug dog on the truck. He never comes to court for some reason. For some reason, he never shows up to court. They send the officer.
Natalie's the one that always show up.
She always shows up, but she never did anything other than talk to the teacher and the real estate person. Them are the people and she actually arrested him. But when it came to the girl and the drug dog, that was an officer that for some reason they don't subpoena to come to court. And those are important facts. You know, that you interviewed this girl who said she was attacked or you know what I'm saying. But what she said during the case, when she was in court during a preliminary hearing, didn't even make sense. How she tried to explain the first, you know, that they met up and he made her feel uncomfortable and he asked her to do this, that, and the other, and she felt uncomfortable and then she left.
That was a transcript, right?
That's me sitting in court. So, I mean, I'm sure it is in transcript, right?
Okay.
So if you felt uncomfortable, this is your first time meeting him, so you say, right? In the very beginning. And he asked you some to do or show, I think it was show me your breast. I think is what it was, right? And you felt uncomfortable and and you got up and you left. Why are you calling this person back and why are you showing back up? If that's the first appearance, right? Not no, you know, we've been knowing each other and we cool like that. And you know, he was inappropriate, but I'm going to just, you know, because he was drunk. Because he don't drink. He don't do drugs, right? So if that was your first appearance with him, why would you go back? If you're saying that's what happened the first time y'all got together, that he asked to see your baby.
You can't really.
I'm just asking.
No, I'm just saying because everybody do things differently, and sometimes when somebody
Explain it away, girl. Explain it away.
I'm saying when somebody's a victim, you don't know what's in their mindset. Of
this is before a victim. Okay, remember this is the first date, and just asked to see it. He didn't touch her, and she said no. She got up and she left. This is what the cop said. Now, this is what the cop said. My, and again, you know, I say until I see something, I just, you know, I say a person is not guilty till proven guilty. So people always like to say just because somebody got charged, they're guilty until we figure out, you know, what they say in court.
No,
and that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but
so
that's
I
the way
always, you're right. So and people get mad that you always try to say, well, until they go to court and prove something, I'm going to just look at it like this, because there's just been too many instances where girls like to lie or the police lie. So I don't go in that in any circumstance with the police unless there's an actual video with trust, because the police lie, make up charges, change, you know, situations like that poor guy who killed himself because the police lied and said he was part of the accident. A dude was down the street. You get me? police lie all the time. This department is known for lying and making up stuff and harassment. You know, this case was a case that promoted her to detective. So she needed this case, you know, and it's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm involved because to an extent of I care. Half the people, all the people that's on your show and on your little thing, they don't give a flying fuck. You get me? They don't. They don't care. They just here again for entertainment or to nitpick or just to be, you know, I'm my life's going like, so I want to just start something or be petty. You know what I'm saying? It's an outlet. You know, that's YouTube, you know. So when I look into something and say something, get out your feelings. You get me? Because it's somebody that I care about. And he's telling me this. And when they go to court lying, I gotta look at it like, okay, if that's what happened, why you lying? If that's what happened, how come you ain't charge him right then and there?
But see, the thing is, you're listening to one side, just like the state has one side, and you're listening to one side. And then
I'm listening to both sides because he's saying it didn't happen. They saying it did. So I'm hearing both sides.
yeah, but you made a decision that it didn't happen. But you're not there.
I made a decision when I went to that first hearing. I didn't know. I didn't know. You don't know because you never know a person sometimes until you know a person. So you don't know. Remember, I knew him in a way that it could have went either way. You get me? Because I wasn't married to him, and even sometimes when they be married to a guy, they never know because they be like, "Oh my God, no, he was gay." You get me? So you can be around a person and not know something completely about a person. I'm just saying.
I agree.
With they could say, "Oh, he committed a crime 20 years ago." Then okay, so what? I don't give a shit. I committed a crime 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a bad, horrible person. Da 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 da. You know, people make mistakes and they do things, which is called breaking a law. If a kid break a rule, you know what I'm saying? Do you throw the kid away because every time I tell you to come home, clean your room, you don't do it? You get me? That's breaking a rule at that level. You know. But when you go to court, and every time we go to court, there's huge lies, nonstop lies told. Why? If you don't want him to have a bond, why would you sit there and lie and talk about Dubai? He never said that. Everybody heard the phone call about Dubai because it was him and Shirley talking about Steve's house. That was the only conversation they had about Steve's house in Dubai.
Yeah, but they saying that he came to the conclusion that there's a possibility that
they said that he said he was going to go to Dubai. They didn't say it was a possibility. They said he said out his mouth. That's why I said, where's the phone call? Because they said it came out his mouth that he was going to Dubai if he made bond. They said he said it. Remember, this is before you even started picking up on this case. I'm in this case like it's me. Okay, I pay attention like that. Like this is my child in jail.
I heard that call. I heard that.
They said he said, not there's a possibility because he knows people in Florida and Dubai that he could run there. They didn't say that. They said he said it out his mouth. If he made bond, he was going to these places.
I don't remember.
That's why I got pissed because I'm like, why are they lying?
I don't remember them saying that.
Girl, I got mad when I heard it because it was a lie.
You know what? Let me see if I can.
It's not a lie to say that he has the ability. That's not a lie. That's speculation and that's possibility. That's not a lie. But they lied. That's what pissed me off. They lied and said he's going to go to Florida with his girlfriend. Well, I say that because you knew he wasn't my damn boyfriend. But you dumbass, they knew that. And then because they wanted him to look a certain way in front of the judge. And then they mentioned his wife in the same sentence. So they tried to say this man has a girlfriend and a wife. Do you understand how they was trying to kill his character in court, even though it wasn't relevant to the charge, but they still was trying to kill his character by saying girlfriend and wife. He's going to go to Dubai with his wife or to Florida with his girlfriend.
But to be fair, he was cheating on his wife.
Not with me.
To be fair, yes, he did.
Not that year.
At one point, he did. To
Well, that
be
was a one. That was a one
to
time in
be
2020.
fair,
Listen,
I'm gonna. I have to look it
listen.
up.
That was in 2020 one time. Listen,
Point
that
is,
ain't got nothing to do with
he did.
2023. Okay.
He did.
And the
do-
conversations me and him was having on the phone, other than him reminiscing that one time, it was not
But
of a girlfriend boyfriend conversation. We wasn't like, I miss you, and when I can't wait till you come out so I can hold you in my bed, and like that's a boyfriend girlfriend conversation of
yeah,
jail. 'Cause you know how jail conversations go.
anytime somebody steps outside of the marriage,
Again, they brought it up to try to kill character. You get me?
okay. Let me play the little advocate here. Okay, they hear your conversation with him, constantly talking to him. How is it not they not think that you may be the girlfriend because he's talking to you more than anybody else?
That's a lie because remember this is the hold on. You talking about now. This is back in 2022. He was talking to everybody the most.
No,
He did not start talking to me like that till everybody fell off. That's when he started really talking to me.
you was
You
the
get me?
woman that he was talking to
No, other than his wife, he was talking to her.
talking to you too. He was
He
talking,
was talking to me, but me and him was talking about the case and his lawyer. That's what me and him was talking about. Go back and listen to those calls. And then I was talking about my life and what's going. And I'm like how me and you used to always talk, gossiping about what's going on. This restaurant I'm trying to open up, my job. We're talking like that. We're not. It's not a boo. It's not a boo conversation.
here's the deal. Here's it.
Because me and him didn't have boo conversations.
Wait. He's in jail, right? Usually people in jail talk to people that they have connection with some kind of way, some sort of like intimate connection, family connection. That's who normally takes up these calls. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
You can say that on a speculation, but you're actually hearing
No,
the
but I'm just
conversations. That's
telling
my
you.
point to you, is they're actually hearing the conversations.
Most people won't take jail calls from somebody just a stranger, just a
Well, let me explain what type of person I
close
am.
enough to
Let me explain what type of person I am. Okay, I'm not gonna leave a person for dead, especially a person that was there for me. So I don't care how they spend it. They could spend it, speculate, make it seem like something that ain't. It's not an insult to me. You get me?
But I'm just saying.
It's not an insult. But my thing is, when they kept carrying on for that whole 2 years with the mistress and the side chick conversations and all of that, you sound like a fool.
Yeah, but I'm saying the thing
You sound like a fool.
I'm just hear me a little.
You sound like a fool because if I only see when he was, that's why it's not that hard on me. Like why he's sitting in there, because I only seen him maybe 5 to 7 times when he was free. In 2 years, I saw him 5 to 7 times when he was free. Right. Our relationship was over the phone. I was in Florida. He was in Georgia. That was our it was a friendship. It was a 3-minute conversation, hang up. Or if it's something that insight that he needed to know something about or whatever, he'd pick up the phone and he'll call me. But it was mainly like a coffee conversation in the morning when he'd get up. And then he'd get on and do whatever he was doing his day. And I'd do whatever I was doing on my day. It was not no all day, every day. Like I said, I'll show you our text messages. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't no booed up type of, energy at all. It was how I talk to you in a sense. It's like a friendship type of thing. You know what I'm saying? He was my ear. I used to always like talk to him and vent about shit because he was my bestie after that whole thing happened. This was you know what I'm saying? So he was my ear whenever I was stressing. I'd go and I'd talk and I'd vent. And he just great listener. He would sit there and then he'd just change the subject, So how was da-da-da-da-da? And I would just crack up because he let me vent. He didn't, like how girls like, oh, so what you do? So what you do? So, you know what I'm saying? How they like to egg on and make matters worse. He would just listen and then change the subject and start talking about something else, or say, oh, okay, then. And then, get off the phone or whatever. But that wasn't no everyday thing. But still, he was my ear. That's why the first year of me on the phone with him, it was just a lot of me just because that's how we used to talk when he was out. It was just me venting and talking about my sister or my this or my day or this job or this coworker or whatever it was. That he was my ear. Still is, but we just can't talk. We just can't talk with everybody in it. We didn't have a problem with the DA because it's not what I'm talking about ain't illegal. Are you done? Because I think we've been off for 2 hours. I got kids.
Yeah,
10
it's
to.
I get ready to go.
Well, read that. Look at that thing again. Go back and let's go. If you go back to that hearing where March of 2023, this is after they charged him with all of that other stuff. And just listen to what he said. Because he said it was on a phone conversation. He said it. Yeah, he said it. He said it out his mouth. And that's why I kept getting pissed, because every time we go to court, it's just huge lies told. Just huge lies. And then the charge with the one girl, with the realtor, when they were talking in court, they're saying he met her at the bank and she gave him 3 money orders and he handed it to some girl. And the money orders, none of the money orders was made out to him. But then no one got charged but him. And I'm sitting trying to figure out what? So she gave him 3 money orders made out to 3 different people, and none of them was him. And he gave it to Dominique. That's who they said he gave it to, right? Dominique didn't get charged. Whoever cashed them didn't get charged. They charged only him. How do you only charge him? Everybody should have been charged if it was some type of crime that the money, whatever happened with the money orders was an issue. Everybody involved should have got charged, because that's normally how it happens, not the person who just handed the person, because it could have been, Sylvia, let me introduce you to this guy. He fixes credit, and you say, okay, because my credit is bad and I need help. And then I take you over, and then you give him the money, right? And then he doesn't fix your credit. You get me? But then they come back to me and say, we're going to arrest you. Well, why are you going to arrest me? Well, because you introduced them. Well, I didn't know.
Yeah, you do know.
You get me? I didn't know. I thought fixing credit was a legit thing. I didn't say she was going to buy drugs.
Most of the time, you know what the person is doing. If you
don't know.
If you refer
to
somebody, there's normally time
Depends on how close you are. But if I only know him because he fixed my credit and I didn't have no problems with him, and he said, bring me a referral, and I was like, cool, because you looked out and you helped me. You know what I'm saying? People are going to do that. They're going to bring as many people as they can. And then if he, out of the 3 people I bought, he did 1 dirty. Okay, so how's that my fault? He fixed my credit. I don't know him like that. You get me?
You're referring somebody to something.
We all should have, but again, why he didn't get charged? You get me? Why would I get charged only? And I'm the only person that I just introduced him. He's the one that committed the crime, and he was the one who received and sold the dream.
Hold on, listen. If you are taking the responsibility of referring somebody to something, you're saying that this person is okay. You're the person
vouching for the person.
Yeah, you're vouching for them, really, because if you
that makes you legally responsible for if the shit go sour.
Because if they would have never known this person if you didn't introduce them.
That don't even make no. Well, if that's the case, going forward, people never refer anybody to anybody, because you can catch a case.
Exactly. You shouldn't refer to anybody if you don't know anything about the person. You don't know what kind of work that this person is doing. You know what I mean?
But you're supposed to charge everybody involved if that's the case. You don't just charge the person who introduced you, because that wasn't a crime. The crime happened when he took your money and didn't go through with the job. That's when it became a crime. So why would the act of me introducing?
You know why I'm gonna come back to you? I would have never met that person if it wasn't for you.
That's fine, but why me and him not catching the case? That's my point. I get you want to charge him, but how come everybody else is not catching the case? And that's on a lot of his stuff, where he didn't do anything. It was somebody else, but they tried to put it in and twist it and not charge anybody but him. Yeah, I'm sitting there like, how does that even make sense? If he didn't commit the crime, they did. But they gave him the charge. That's on 3 situations. So my thing is, that don't even make sense. But nothing about this whole situation makes sense. It's precedence. It's new to me in my 25 years of the field. I've just never ever heard of no stuff like this.
Well,
Call me later. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Oh, I gotta wish somebody a happy birthday in the next 5 minutes.
what time is it? It's almost 12.
Almost 12 o'clock. I got kids to tend to.
Thank you so much again for coming on. We have to, agree to disagree with some things. You know how it is. You know how we do. See,
I mean, y'all. I mean, everybody. You too, because you say it too. That I don't know shit. Everything I know is like how you know. You go out and you investigate it and you figure it out. I get what you're saying. Oh, but you're telling them something. So either they that dumb if they didn't know, and this is their case. It ain't my case. It's their case, and they only know because I figured it out. Because they big themselves on win, and then they got a whole team. They got like 15 people in the office, you know what I'm saying, researching and this and listening to the calls and listening to this and reading the text messages and, you know what I'm saying, and da-da-da-da-da. And we never knew, if that's the case. If you didn't know, so Sonya mentioned something that she read off of something y'all submitted. That's cray.
All right, my dear. Let me tell you, it's been great as usual. Me and you, see, the thing is, they don't understand. Me and you be having these powwows all the time.
You can have a disagreement and it ain't like, oh, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You know, cussing, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't no, oh, she can't talk to me no more because she said da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, when I say stop cussing, you still do the cussing. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Okay, you got a little bit better. Okay.
I was vetting with him today. I was vetting to him and he was like, who made you mad?
But don't forget next week.
I said Sylvia did. God damn it. Woke me up at 7 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
Always, I bet you. But look, I was trying to get some woosah going on.
Why is she calling? No, I go to bed at 5 o'clock. Why is she calling me at 7:45? And with this,
ma'am, I was trying to have a woosah, okay? But anyway, don't forget next week. When on the 5th. What day is that? What day is that? Thursday, right?
It's Thursday.
Hold on, let me make sure. Don't forget.
It's Thursday.
What time are we gonna go?
What time does it start?
Hold on a second. I don't know.
Oh, you could go early in the morning. But we ain't going early in the morning because I don't do early in the morning. But 3 o'clock is fine for a rush hour.
It's just traffic. Oh,
3 o'clock too. You know what?
Traffic.
I'm in my RV and I seen this bad RV at the gas station. It's $1 million coach. My granddaughter, I was pumping gas. I was on the other side and she was looking out the window. She was like,
$1 million coach, $1 million.
Man, a 1.5 million, because you can get a coach up to like $3 million, right? Custom.
It's worth it for me.
This one is at least $1 million coach or a $1.5 million coach. And she was like,
my house.
I don't know if this is a bus or RV. She didn't know because she don't know RV. And I asked her on the other side, I was like, I'm hearing it, but I didn't see it. And I said, it's probably a Prevost. It's probably a diesel pusher. And she was like, I don't know what it is. It looked like a bus. And I got and looked at it, and it was a Prevost, a diesel pusher. And I was like, and that was a conversation. The first conversation when me and Nestor first met, that was the conversation that linked us because we were just sitting there. And then I eavesdropped on a conversation he had with somebody, and it was talking about RVs, and I was like, oh, man, I've been studying RVs for 5 years, and that was the conversation.
I thought you wanted to get off. Why you still?
Goodbye.
Why you
still? Because I do that. Hang up on me.
Stop talking. Bye. Have a good one.
Hang up on me.
I am hanging
so I can
up.
Stop talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up. Bye. Hey guys, I'm sorry. But anyway, Listen, doesn't Nestor have? All right, you guys, I'm gonna take my butt on off for here. And you guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget my Cecil folks. Tomorrow, I told you I got something special. Now, the only way if I don't, this thing doesn't come through is if it's snowing so bad tomorrow and I can't get out the house. But let me tell you, members, tomorrow is going down. It's going down, members. It's going down. Wait till you guys see this. All right. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Thank you, everybody who came in. And thank you. Let me go shout out the folks that gave super chats. Thank you, Compton Body. Boney. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you, MVP. And DMV. I'm sorry, I said MVP. DMV. Thank you. Hey, guys. Thank you, Social Wife Melissa. Thank you so much. Oh, gosh. What about the hairy hot dog conversation? I didn't even see this thing. I apologize. I didn't even see this question. Oh, Lord, hairy hot. I'll ask her about the hairy hot dog conversation, and I'll let you know what she say about that, because I don't know nothing about no hairy hot dog conversation. I don't know about anything about that. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Ebony. That's Ebony. Oh, God. I said Compton Boney. Oh, Jesus. You see, I can't even see right. Thank you, Renette. Sylvia, this is the most talk all night. The most talk. Yeah, I couldn't get a word in. Y'all know how Sonya do. I couldn't get a word in, but I just wanted to bring her on here because people was asking me a question, and so that's why I brought her here. That's why. I didn't want all the extra, and you know what? I'm proud of you guys. Thank you so much for being so gracious and being respectful. This was very adult conversation. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys have feelings about her. Thank you for being very respectful to her, and I appreciate you guys. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys deserve a standing ovation on that one because you guys was great. I was kind of a little nervous a little bit. So, but you guys were great. Thank you so much for being so respectful in the chat. Thank you. And anybody that's trying to use this content, I know you're going to use it anyway because I know how you guys are. But a lot of rude comment was made, Sylvia. You didn't see them. Kim, let me tell you something. I made a point not to pay attention to comments. I made a point that, and I added extra words that would get deleted just in case they would say stuff. And I did not want to give that energy because I'm not, this is 2026. I tell you, I'm not doing that energy, that negative stuff. I'm not doing it at all. I'm at peace. I thank God for where I am right now. And that's on them. If they want to be negative, that's on them. I'm not entertaining it. But to those who were in here, who did excellent, I am so proud of you guys. Thank you so much for being very gracious to my guests. I appreciate it so much. All right. But Kim, I'm not paying attention to rude comments at all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't faze me. Do you see what happened? I brushed right over it. And those that came in with I ended up blocking 2 people, which was a good. Yes, peace is priceless. That's right, Miss CLC. No, CLC. Yeah, I got it right. I had to think right. Yeah, peace is very, very, very priceless. So my energy is nothing. I'm not dealing with that stuff. I'm flying above all that. But I just want to tell you guys are great. You guys were great. You guys are great, 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 great. And if y'all, I'm so glad that you held your feelings back. You didn't come in here with the attacks. You had 2 children that came in here that had to block. And that's if people cannot act like adults, they're going to be treated like children. Time out. Get in the corner. Behave. We're getting warnings about the weather tomorrow. We're getting lots of warning. I don't know. I don't see any snow outside. So if I wake up, there's a lot of snow. My thing won't go through. But tomorrow, I have a surprise for y'all. Since y'all were so good, members, I have a surprise for y'all. Okay? I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. God bless. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent. For no snow means let's go. Yes, right. I know where we're going. Lucy, you think you know? Lucy, shh. Be quiet, Lucy. Don't come in it. Don't open up your mouth, Lucy. You don't know. Lucy, shh. Shh. So to my members tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow, okay? Between 10, remember the time I said? Between 10 and 4, right, members? All right. I'll see you guys. Love y'all. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.